Hey there, welcome to my June After the Pen. You might already know June was a very special month because it was the 10th-year anniversary of a trip that I made in 2011, and I really wanted to make something special for these 10 years, and so my whole theme was based off the places that I visited. And honestly, I think it was a great idea because I really enjoyed setting this one up. So I started with my quote, "One's destination is never a place, but a new way of seeing things." And this is so true because this trip truly changed my perspective, and meeting new friends and experiencing things truly opened up my world to so many things that I would totally do it all over again. So for the cover, I just drew a little piece of Nice, which was where we started our trip. And moving on, as you might have seen on my setup, I drew a bit of Monaco here. And this is the mood board, but my printer didn't do it justice at all because my original palette was a lot more soft. So here it is. This is what I wanted it to look like, and I don't know how many pages I wasted trying to print it right, but it didn't work, so I just couldn't go on printing anymore. But anyway, now that you see the original, you get the idea. All of these pictures are from the places I visited and turned out to be a nice mood board full of memories. Already spread on Paris and the Eiffel Tower. Well, as you can see, I did quite well on my habit tracker, and I had a little bit more energy lows compared to the previous month. But I felt really well. If you don't know, I kind of struggle with my health, so I have to be very cautious about what I eat and the exercise I make, and I've been feeling better. Anyway, the habit tracker, just so you know, has been truly helpful in keeping me focused. Now about the e-log. To be honest, I have not been so much into filling it out. I found myself trying to remember what I had done on the days in order to be able to draw something because I just let time pass. So I'm thinking I'm gonna stop doing it for now because it's one of those things about the bullet journal. You start with a new idea and you enjoy it for a few months, and then you realize you really don't have time for it. So I'm gonna figure this whole thing out again. At least I get to doodle on my wheel year. So I guess I'm gonna stick to the wheel year for now and stop doing those e-logs and transfer the mood tracker in a new kind of setup. But stay tuned for August because that's where I will try something new. Even with all of that, I really like how these e-logs turn out with the colors of my moods. It shows me that I've been mostly fine or happy throughout the month, and so yeah, it's a really nice thing to do, but I realized I'm not dedicating it as much as I used to and not enjoying it as much as I used to, so it's time to switch it up. Here, just so you can see that I always use my monthly log with a little Scotman here. And moving on to the doodle challenge. This one was, they are always so cute, but this one in particular was truly enjoyable because again, most of the things here are things I had to pack or that I visited, like the museums, hotels, and stuff like that. And drawing them just brings back so many memories that even drawing this umbrella, which accompanied me throughout the trip, everything has a unique moment attached to it. So it was really nice going through all of those. Plus, you might already know how obsessed I am with drawing with ink and then adding the gold watercolors. So I always love how those spreads turn out. For my food log, like I told you, I've been finding it truly useful, and as you can see, I did quite well for this month. I just had this cheat day at the end of the month, and I did pay for it, but I don't regret it because this hamburger was just so good. And I think I deserved it, because after a whole month of being good and feeling great, and we're human and we want a treat, and then we feel bad, physically speaking, but emotionally it was the best treat ever. So this is something I'm also still doing. It's really helpful, and if you would like for me to make an in-depth video on food logs or meal logs, let me know, because it's something I have really been into lately, and I'm going to come up with something new for August. So that leads us to the first week, and my highlight here is on Sunday I had my sofa, which I have been wanting for a while. I'm sitting most of the day, and it's either that or the bed, but sometimes on the bed you're not as comfortable, and the sofa that I got is just perfect. It's on a spot in my room that has space, and the AC hits it directly, and since we have been hitting the 40 Celsius, it's like my favorite place right now. So that's why it was important for me to have it. I've also been saving myself of some back pains, so yeah, that was definitely the highlight of this week. For the next one, where I drew Juliet and her balcony, the highlight was this day my Tsuki Ocean collection arrived, which, as you might already know, was the box with the washi tapes and the new journal that I'm using right now, which is Dolphin Days. So this was absolutely a happy day because I got the journal I had been waiting for, to set up July and stuff like that. Moving on to the week of Venice, and I mentioned while I set up this spread in particular, I had messed up the bricks over here, and I had the idea of just writing over it, put this vellum page here and write on it, and yeah, it worked because you can't really tell that I messed up right there. So as you see, it's the little things that can make something that you think looks horrible be unnoticeable. And this is the beginning of the last days of July, and I loved doing this astronomical watch in particular because it's one of my favorite monuments ever. And the highlight for this week was that, I don't know if you remember, but first of all, I got the idea for the peach for my May spread from this picture of this duvet that I saw online. And so the highlight for this week was that I was finally able to order it. Here's just part of it. It's the pillow, but it's double-sided and it has peaches with blue, and I'm in love with it. It had a huge discount, and PayPal had given me another coupon, so I took the opportunity, and I'm so fascinated with the idea that I got to get the source of the inspiration for that palette. But anyway, and this is the last spread where I drew the Colosseum with very soft tones of brown and turquoise. And this was a very nice end for June, because on this day I went to the beach to take pictures of my new journal and the washies and my spreads and all of that. And then when I come home, this was in the mail, and I am obsessed with this. Like, if you could touch it, it feels like the skin of the whale, and it's matte and soft and just so beautiful. Notebook Therapy gifted this one to me too, and I'm not sure when I'm gonna use it, because I have like lots of notebooks right now, but I'm clearly obsessed with marine life and the ocean and whales and dolphins, and they come up with these beautiful, beautiful journals, and I can't help myself, you know. Look at this. I mean, how can I not be crazy about those, right? So now I have like the 3 from the core collection of the ocean collection, which is the Gentle Giant. Only this one doesn't have the gold edges like the new one they released, but anyway, it was the first one. It's vellum. I've finished using it. It has a little bit of a, you know, because of using it, it lost some texture here, but other than that, it's in one piece. And, you know, of course it's thicker now that I've used it, but I obviously thought that the perfect match for it for the other half of 2021 is this color. You know, blue and teal are like tones of the ocean, and that's why I chose to use the dolphin days to go along with it. But I definitely love this one, and like I said, I'm not sure when I'll get to use it, but I love it. I love all of them. If I had to choose, I would not be able to, because I'm crazy about them all. And as I always say, if you're interested in any of those journals, you can use my discount code, which is NALA10, and you will have 10% off your final purchase. To be honest, Notebook Therapy is a spectacular brand. I love the quality of their products. I love their design and all the love that they put into each and every one of their products and launches. So yes, it's something I definitely recommend. You are paying for something that is worth it. And I do get a small commission anytime someone uses my code, but that doesn't affect the price you're paying or anything like that. And I'm really grateful when you guys tell me that you used it, because you are also supporting me and what I love to do. And the beautiful thing about this collection in particular is that a portion of the proceeds go to foundations that are helping our ocean friends. So like I've said before, it's a win-win situation. So anyway, that was on Friday 25, and that was like the highlight of the month, to go to the beach. You know, I love the ocean, just being there and taking pictures. And then a small little thing that I got, actually it's from Walmart, it was really cheap, but it was this mug. It's quite heavy, but I just love the color and the fact that it says be happy, and it's this soft teal inside as well. I just had to have it, you know, when I saw it. And well, if you like it too, go to your local Walmart, you might find it too. And to finish it all off, I made these summer outfit spreads. I actually joined a challenge by Lineal. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I will link her channel below. She's an artist on her bullet journal, and I love her work. She truly inspired me to do this. I'm not really good at drawing humans, and especially eyes. That's why they are all wearing sunglasses. But I really like this spread, and those outfits are truly what I wear, not only during summer, but since I live in a very hot and humid place, all year long. Most of those are inspired on a Mexican brand that I love, that is local brand here in my town, and I will also link it below if you would like to take a look at those. They use natural fabrics which are embroidered by Mexican craftsmen, and the work is just so beautiful, and the price is really good considering all the work that's put into them. So anyways, I am guessing that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this June after the pen. Like I said, all my spreads come alive after the pen, so I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to come back next month for my July after the pen. I don't know how many times I've said it, so I'm just gonna say goodbye, and thank you again for all your support. If you would like to follow my bullet journal journey, subscribe and hit the notification bell, otherwise YouTube will not tell you when I uploaded a new video. Well, as usual, thank you so much for watching.